Very good morning, students. Today, in this class, we are going to learn the chapter Reproduction in Animals. In this chapter, we are going to learn the topic what do you mean by reproduction? Is reproduction is really essential for an organism to survive? And what are the modes of reproduction? Students, what do you observe in this picture? You can see a butterfly, leaf, elephant and mother, isn't it? So in all those pictures, you can see that is a parent is with their offspring. That is a parent is with their next generation of organism. In all these pictures, apart from in all these, what happened, the organisms which are present in the earth, what happens, we can find that is all organisms are going to have their next generation of organisms. It is understood that is all the organisms which is present in the environment, they are going to reproduce. Then what do you mean by reproduction? Reproduction is nothing but production of the younger ones. For the production of younger ones, they are going to call it as reproduction. We have already seen in our last classes that is a process such as digestion, circulation, respiration are nearly essential for the survival of every individual of an organism. Without respiration or digestion and even other process what happen, no organism can survive because we need to take oxygen and we need to give out carbon dioxide for the energy production, and even we need to have blood circulation for which one, for the carrying of oxygen, and we need digestion, that is for the absorption of nutrients we need digestion, and even what happens for the elimination also we are having certain process. So these processes are very essential for an organism to survive. But whereas reproduction is also essential for an organism to survive? No. Reproduction is not essential for an organism to live in a nature, but for the continuation of a species in the next generation, what happens? The reproduction is very essential. So, reproduction is not essential for an organism to live in a earth, but for the continuation of having the next generation of organisms, they must go for which one, that is reproduction. Then, what are the modes of reproduction? There are two modes of reproduction. One is sexual reproduction and another asexual reproduction. So here, the first one, sexual reproduction are nothing but the higher species of animals and plants, they are going to have that is sexual reproduction. Whereas a lower species of organisms which is present, they are going to have that is which one, that is asexual reproduction, like mammals and even higher species of plants. But whereas asexual reproduction takes place in organisms such as hydra, amoeba, planaria, etc. The types of reproduction. The type of reproduction beginning from the fusion of male gametes is known as asexual reproduction. That is, here they are telling. Whereas in a sexual reproduction, they are going to have that is fusion of male and female gametes. So in a reproductive cell itself, what happens, they are going to have that is male and female gametes. That is, they are going to have, or even organisms are going to have that is male organism and even female organism, or even in certain organism within the same organism body, we are going to have that is both male and female gametes within the same organism. So that is why they are telling sexual reproduction is nothing but fusion of male gametes and even female gametes. So in this process of sexual reproduction, a male and a female gametes fuse to form a single cell called as zygote. So zygote is nothing but fusion of male and female gametes. This zygote, what happened, it will be inserted in the womb and later it start to develop into an organisms. The next thing we are having that is asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, we are not going to find any kind of male and female gametes, whereas we are going to find only that is a single gametes. The type of reproduction which does not involve the fusion of gametes are called asexual reproduction. So in a sexual reproduction, we find that is male and female gametes, whereas in the asexual reproduction, there is no male and female gametes separately. The offspring that rise by asexual reproduction from a single cell or from a multicellular organism inherit the gene of the parent. There is no male and female organisms. As I said, what happened? There is no male and female organism, but in a sexual reproduction we can find male organism and even female organism, whereas in asexual organism there is no male and female organism. So here they are telling in a asexual reproduction, a part of the body of any of these organism, what happened? It will be cut into halves or even any kind of a division it undergoes, and later what happen, they are going to have the same number of species or same number of genes, or they will be identical, or they are going to have the inherent characters of that of a parent. So here we have to go for which one, that is internal fertilization. Here we are having two types of fertilization. So what do you mean by fertilization? Fertilization is nothing but, we all know that what happened, male and female gametes fuse together to form zygote. For that we are going to call it as fertilization. In these we are going to have two types of fertilization. Students, you might have observed certain organisms like birds and even snake, other organisms, they are going to lay the eggs, isn't it? But certain organisms you might have find that is they are not going to lay the eggs, but they are going to give birth to the younger ones, isn't it? So egg laying animals also you have seen, like birds, and even the organisms which are giving birth to the younger ones also you have seen, like dog or cat. So here we have to see how it happens. So internal fertilization and even external fertilization we have to learn. Fertilization which takes place inside the female body is known as internal fertilization. So keep it in mind. Here they are telling, if any fusion of male and female gametes takes place within the female body, we are going to call it as which one? That is internal fertilization. So within the womb of a mother or any organism or a female body, if the fertilization is taking place, then they are going to call it as internal fertilization. So our examples are nothing but humans, cow, dogs and hens. So the next thing, here they have given that is gestation period of some animals. That is, gestation period is nothing but the period from the time of conception to the birth. That is, whatever the organism which starts to develop in the womb of a mother and till the birth of that organism, whatever the time duration they are having, for that they are going to call it as gestation period. Students, you can see here the number of gestation periods, such as human, they are having 9 months and 266 days, and monkey only 104 days, and rhino you can see that is 450 days, and even the whale sperm 480 to 590 days. So here the gestation period, what happened, is going to vary from one organism to the another organism. The next thing here we are having, that is external fertilization. In this external fertilization, there is no development of zygote within the female body. Instead of this, what happens, a male organism and female organism, they are going to lay the eggs in the water. By the time whenever they are going to lay the eggs in the water, those eggs, what happened, they are going to unite together. That is, one male gamete and female gamete, whenever it is laid on water, they fuse together. It is outside the body, that is in the water, and later they fuse together to form a zygote, and within that same water, what happened, the organism or a zygote, what happened, will start to develop to form an organism. So this type of fertilization, they are going to call it as external fertilization. In many animals, fertilization takes place outside the body of a female. In these animals, fertilization takes place in water. So for example, you can say that is frogs, isn't it? So other organisms are also we are having mostly aquatic kind of organisms. So hereby what happen, if organisms are going to carry any organism within the body of an organism, means they are going to call it as internal fertilization, or if a baby develop outside the body, means it is understood which one, that is external fertilization. So in this class we have learnt about the modes of reproduction and even types of fertilization. So in the next class we shall learn about what do you mean by oviparous, viviparous and even the other topics. Thank you.